What a game of cricket we just had. Whoever expected this after the first game? India just came out all guns blazing at the English and blew them away at their home soil. So let's rewind and assess exactly how the second test at Birmingham truly went down. Let's first establish the backdrop. A young Indian side behind the fresh captaincy of Shubman Gill went down 1-0 at Headingley as England came back to chase a mammoth score of 370 odd with 5 wickets still remaining. There was a bit of gap in both games. In Leeds, both sides looked toothless with the ball, while batting was good for the most part. To be fair, even the pitches were kind of flat. Also, side note, 18 games so far and India had still never won at Edgbaston. England once again won the toss, and then we were surprised when both Jaiswal and Jafar Arshad were left out of the lineups. And the unchanged England side once again opted to bat first. India had 3 changes with Nilesh Reddy, Washington Sundar, and Akash in for Sai Sudarshan, Shahid Thakur, and Jasprit Bumrah. On day 1, KL Rahul went early, and England and Chris Wilkes were really unlucky. India could have gone to 25 for 3 with Jaiswal and Karun Nair now at 3, both arriving LBW calls to umpire's call, while still in single digits. Karun Nair went to 31, unable to convert, while Jaiswal ended up caught behind for 87, scoring yet another 50-plus score against England. But then, it was all the Shubman Gill show. Punt and NKR fell in quick succession, but Shubers was resilient and went on to score the most in-control 100 ever. With Ravindra Jadeja at the other end till stumps, the game was very much still in balance. All that changed the next day. Jadot joined in and survived an umpire's call early on, but then went into cruise control mode himself. He eased past 50 while the skipper also looked in no mood to stop. A sharp bouncer by Tung saw the wicket of Jadeja at 89, and the end of a 203-run partnership. Another mid-century, and if this was the first test, then we would not have been surprised to see a massive collapse take place. But that is where the advantage of playing an extra rounder kicked in. Washington Sundar had the best seat in his house. He played a patient 42 in a 144-run partnership while Shubman Gill turned into monster mode. Holds, drives, cuts, placements, all of it was just glorious. He sped past 200, then 250, and even looked to go towards his triple century. But then he pulled one straight down Ollie Pope's throat at 269. Records on records were already earned, however. Highest score by an Indian in England? Check. Highest score by an Indian captain? Check. Highest score by an Indian in scenic conditions? Also check. India go to 587 and the game looks kinda drawish. Enter Akash and Mohammed Siraj. The Indian new ball top and talked its way to 3 wickets for not too many earned by stumps on day 2. The next day also kicked off with Siraj claiming Joe Root and Ben Stokes on consecutive deliveries, leaving England reeling at 87 for 5. Then the young English keeper, Jaime Smith, joined Harry Brook at the crease and smashed the first ball down the ground for 4. In the audience, you would obviously think that England were too far behind, basically 500 runs behind for 5 wickets, and resistance was futile. No, not on English watch. En route to one of the fastest English test centuries ever, Jaime Smith brutalized all before him. I mean, it is quite a sight when Harry Brook is a calm and relaxed batter on the crease. The duo impressed all and put on a stand of 303 in quick time too. It looked like they would never get out, and an Akash wonder wall was needed for Harry Brook back after he'd scored 158. Obviously another tremendous innings by him as he showed what was yet another test century for him. But the star of the show was his partner. Jaime Smith sadly had to watch on the other end as the remaining 4 wickets fell for just another 20 runs. 6 duds for England and 6 wickets for Siraj were both crazy, as it was the second new ball which unraveled the remainder of the English lineup. Jaime Smith was 184 not out, scored the highest score for an English wicketkeeper and an English player coming out at number 7 or lower. A great start to his career, and honestly he looked like he could smack any ball to boundary. Certainly a duo to look out for in years coming. India went into the second innings with a lead of 180 already in hand. They started quick but lost regular wickets with starts from the top order and the Rahul 50. But once again, things lit up when Captain Shubman Gill stepped back late. He went back to work picking up right from where he left off, before being joined by the new vice captain, Rishabh Pant. There really isn't much I can say to explain the enigma that is Rishabh Pant. Stepping out like in his first 10 balls, smashing it all over, falling over half the time, usually only using one hand, he truly is unique. He was barely there for 50 balls, and yet in that time he sent both the ball and the bat flying to upwards of the boundary. He went for 65, but as infectious as his aggression is, it transferred right on over to Shubman Gill at the other end. Now Shubers, once again partnered by Jadeja, stitched up yet another century partnership and got to his 100. Before that, raced into a score of 161 at a striker of essentially 100. Let that sink in. Shubman was under pressure just as a batsman, and that one up tenfold with the responsibility of leading the Indian Test side. And he has a 147, 269 and 161 in 4 innings, with the last 2 coming in just this match. The list of records is just immaculate. 438 total runs, the second most ever by anyone in one test. First player ever to score a double century and 150 plus score in the same match. And like a million more records, whether filtered by Indians, captains, players away from home, whatever. Just insane. 585 runs would mean a legendary series performance for anyone. And he's done that in just 2 games. Can he target Bradman and get to the 1000 run mark by the end of the 5th game? Who knows? We could make a whole video on just his career rise, and do let us know if you want that down in the comments below. Meanwhile, Jadeja found his way calmly to relax 69 not out, with India leaving England with a target of 608 and 108 overs to bat for it. Also, by the way, for the first time ever, 1000 test runs in one match by India. 1014 to be precise, with Shubman Gill having hit 430 of them, of course. Mohammed Siraj wasted no time by killing Zach Crawley for a duck. At the end of today's play, England had still well over 500 chase, and Duckett and Root were already in the dugout. The dismissal of Joe Root by Akash, by the way, just the perfect death rattle from one after crease, perfection. Day 5 started late, with Rain deciding to make a surprise entry, and there's no doubt that at the moment, Indian fans were terrified. But when play did start, it was once again Akash who dismissed both Hope with another death rattle and Harry Brook. Credit to Jaime Smith, he went about hitting it to all corners once again, but once Washington trapped Stokes out of WW, it was just down to India getting the formality done. 6 second innings wickets and a well-deserved 10-wicket haul for Akash signal was the perfect win for the Indian side. Victory by 336 runs, their biggest ever away win, and on a ground no longer cursed for them. We now go off to Lords, with the series level at 1 point and both Jofra and Jaiswal set to join us. Let us know how you think the series will shake up. What did you think about the innings by Brook and Jaime Smith? How good was Akash and Mohammed Siraj in the absence of Jaiswal? And is the Prince, Shubman Gill, going to carry on the number 4 legacy set by both the God, Anderson Tendulkar and King Kohli? Time will tell. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to K Entertainment for more sports content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.